Hey everybody, we are now on step 3 in our Bible study process, and I think this is probably the most straightforward step in the process and doesn't take very much time. And the third step is summarizing our passage. So you're going to get some guidelines for that in our book Journey Through the New Testament here in the first volume, and we're going to continue looking at Luke 1. And so as you're summarizing this passage, you're going to want to look at the work that you've already done in comparing the two Bible translations, along with the observations that you've made in the previous step. And so what you're going to do is take those pieces of information and use them to summarize the passage in the most simple way possible. And so an illustration that I like to use is imagine that you're trying to explain this passage to a small child. I was in children's ministry for a number of years, and that's really where I cut my teeth in Bible study, because as anybody who teaches, go up and ask the Sunday school teachers upstairs that are teaching the little ones, you really have to understand the passage in its totality if you want to be able to break it up in a way that children can understand it. One of the examples that I like to use is I have 3 children, a 9-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old. And the 9-year-old can pretty much eat any food just the way that I do. You know, whatever my plate looks like, it looks like for him. He can cut his own food up. He can eat on his own. He can handle a whole piece of meat. For my 5-year-old, most of the time that's true, but there are a few meals where I might cut some of it up a little bit for her just to make it easy, and then she can handle it. And our 3-year-old is getting a lot better, but just this time last year when she was only 2, I had to cut everything into really small pieces so that she wouldn't choke. But everybody in my family was eating the same food. They were just eating it broken down in a way that was best for their maturity level. And so what we're doing is we are summarizing this passage, getting it down to its most simple terms, so that then we can look at it and figure out how to best apply it. So one of the keys is just breaking the text down in the most simplest way possible. And we know that when we get it down to those simple terms, we've at least grasped the basic meaning of it, and we can use that knowledge in our next 2 steps.